Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you how I've managed to increase this client's ad spend by 1,000% and increase their sales by over 500% in just 1 month. And I want to share this with you guys because there are a few simple things that you can be doing to tweak your ad account to maximize your upside and minimize your downside risk, especially as a new brand. So the brand that I'm talking about here is in the health and beauty space, right? Now, what you can see on my screen right now is their old campaign. So this campaign here that I've blurred out for confidentiality reasons, obviously, was just a sort of standard CBO AU campaign, right? And you can see the spend for the month. This one here was a separate ABO campaign, so 2 campaigns alongside each other with a Mother's Day Advantage Plus campaign that they were running. What you'll notice is in this month of May, they spent a total of $18,600. In June, as a comparison, which is when I took over the ad account, they spent $37,000, so we doubled their ad spend. And then this month so far in July, we've already spent $8,000. So they're on track to spend about $40K plus this month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you some few simple things that I've done that you can implement straight away in your ad account. Now, just the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is in the month of May when they were running their ads themselves, most of their tests were going into this CBO campaign, which is fine, okay? The CPA looks pretty good. They wanted to sit more around the $40 to $50 mark, but what they were doing wrong is they were running multiple campaigns that would end up competing with each other, okay? So in the ABO campaign and the CBO campaign, they had very similar ads, if not the same ads. The purpose was to force spend onto some of those ads, which you do not need to do, okay? The second thing is they didn't really break out their campaigns by angle or by offer or by avatar, which I strongly recommend, okay? So that's the first thing that you want to be doing, and that's the first thing that I did in this ad account, which is breaking out by angle and avatar. So I'll show you guys in June how the spend diversified and what it looked like. So what we have here is a series of ASC cost cap campaigns, okay? Now I've left on their original CBO campaign and I've managed to bring down the CPA to $33. And I'll tell you how I did this in just a second. But before I do that, what I wanted to explain to you guys is this. You don't need to overcomplicate your ad account anymore, okay? So in 2025 and beyond, the content is what does the targeting. And the way that I think about ads is simple. We want to set up the ad account in a way where we're building up the structure, which then allows us to focus on the content, which is what's important, okay? So the creative strategy and the learnings behind those creatives. That's how we become better marketers. So what I've done is I set up a ASC campaign for each angle or avatar with the cost cap, okay? This allows us as marketers to focus on the content because Facebook won't spend on the ads that it doesn't think are good enough to basically get conversions within that cap, okay? Now, what you got to remember is with a cost cap, it's going to hit that cap or close to it over a 7-day period. So what a lot of people do wrong is they'll launch an ASC cost control campaign with a cost cap. They'll look at their results over 3 days. They'll see that an ad might blow out and the CPA might look higher than what their target is. The problem is that if you let it run for 7 days instead of killing it after 3, it would have most likely evened out. The other thing is, and let's just take, one of their best spending campaigns here. If I go into the ads and I go by the amount spent, what you'll notice is that different ads have different CPAs. So this one, for example, has a $44 CPA, $44, $58, $38, but overall their CPA is $33, okay? Now, the reason this is important and why I'm bringing it up, and by the way, guys, this is with a fair amount of volume compared to what they spent the month before. The biggest mistake that people make is they look at ad results too specifically on an individual ad level, when this whole campaign and all of these ads is going to work together to formulate a funnel, which will then bring about your target CPA. So in this instance, it's actually fallen below it. If I was to go through the ad account and turn off everything that was, say, over $35 CPA, it doesn't mean that this overall cost per purchase would have dropped because some of these ads are serving as top of funnel. And how we notice that is by looking at things like frequency, okay? So see the frequency of these ads here, they're sitting at a 1.7. This one's at a this one's at 3.15, which is high, okay? Meaning that this is most likely a bottom of funnel ad. And the way that I know that for certain is by looking at the CPM as well as the number of add to carts, okay? So this has a very high number of add to carts and it's got a higher ROAS but lower spend than the top of funnel ads, okay? So you wouldn't want to go ahead and switch off your top of funnel ads thinking that this ad is going to suddenly skyrocket and lower your overall CPA because it's not going to. Because what will happen is less new people will come into your funnel. So that's the second thing, is look at things on a campaign level. When you set up these ASC cost cap campaigns, again, what it allows you to do is focus on the content. So within this one, this is an ABO cost cap campaign. We have 2 different ad sets and it's for a specific bundle. Now each bundle has a different benefit, okay? So we're targeting those benefits in those ad sets. And what you'll notice is, again, that this campaign is working together. But what I wanted to explain to you guys is this. One of the biggest problems people are making when they're running ads is they want to scale fast, okay? Human emotions involved. We all want to do $1 million a month, 2 million, $500,000 a month in our second month. It's human nature, okay? The problem with that is this, is that you're going to try to force spend on Meta, which is going to kill your performance. You're most likely going to as well switch stuff on and off, launch new campaigns. You're basically going to be driven by emotion as opposed to data. The hardest part about being an ad buyer is not necessarily knowing how to run ads. It's knowing how to read data. What you can do if you're struggling is set up cost controls, okay? Because again, I want to remind you, your ads will not spend if it can't hit that amount. Back in 2018, it was a lot more difficult to run ads. There was a lot more manual work, setting up middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. These days you can run broad, you can run ASC, you can run bid caps, everything's run broad, right? But it's the content that does the targeting. What I wanted to finish on is this, guys. If you look at this month as an example, what I've been working on a lot with the founders is offers, okay? And if you have a look at this top campaign, this was an offer that we recently started running. Now, this has only been live for a couple of days. It's spent about $900, but it's already had 97 purchases at an $8 CPA. Now, these guys have an AOV of over $100, okay? So this CPA target that we're hitting is quite insane, and it's because of the specific offer that we're running. We've chosen to run this separate to the other ASC campaigns purely because when you are running an offer with a specific landing page, it might be a buy one, get one, or a buy two, get one, or it could be a discount, whatever it is. Or 20% off bundles, which works really well as well. You know that those ads are gonna get spent because they're an offer. So you don't wanna launch it in the same campaigns as the ones that you've already got running, because all it's gonna do is pull away spend from these other ads, okay? These are like your evergreen ads. So what I recommend is launch it in a separate campaign, and because I've already validated the offer, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna increase the budget. And because it's been running for 3 days, I'm gonna double the budget every 2 days with the cost cap in place, okay? So remember, Facebook's only gonna spend dependent on the cost that we've got, the cost cap that we've got set, okay? All right, so what I wanted to show you guys is what their Lifetimely looks like, okay? So Lifetimely is another tracking app which you can track your daily P&L. I strongly recommend you guys use a third-party app like this. What you'll notice is their revenue went up 573%, so they nearly did 120K. Their profit went up 400%, and their orders went up 1,100%. Their marketing cost was sitting at about 40,000. It's up 1,000%, and their ROAS is down 44%, okay? Now, obviously your ROAS is going to go down as you scale. If you're a brand that's spending 5K a month versus a brand that's spending 50K a month, you're not gonna be hitting the same ROAS, or it's very unlikely, should I say. What's important here is the profit amount, okay? A lot of people get so caught up on ROAS when it's not really an important metric to track. What you want to be tracking is your net cash flow positive per month, or your net profit, right? So they've made 51,000 net profit, which is a 400% increase. Whereas if you're a founder that's so worried about ROAS, sure, we could have hit a higher ROAS, but their net profit amount would not have been this high, okay? Moral of the story is don't get too caught up on ROAS. Yes, you need to know roughly what you need to hit to scale, but when you do start pushing more volume, this number becomes more profitable, right? Now, one thing that I want to leave you guys with is this, okay? If you just look at the 1st or the 6th of July, which is today, it's currently 6:40 in the morning here, and it's the 6th. What you'll notice is that we are really picking up the creative volume that we're launching in this ad account. In 2025 and beyond, Meta really wants you to push a lot of creative volume, okay? Now that creative has to really clearly identify and target a desire, a persona, and an emotion within the user. That is how you're going to get scale, okay? It's not about displaying a problem and selling a solution and creating ads that are always high converting. The best kind of ads that I'm finding working are founder ads, green screen videos, organic looking ads, statics, basically a variety, but more ads that do not look like ads, okay? So again, when you're running ads and Facebook ads and you're coming up with your creative strategy, You can story tell, you can bring people to a place where they've previously been in, okay? And that can ignite love, it can invite lust, it can invite fear, it can invite whatever the emotion is that you're targeting in your marketing. And as a result of that, that's how you get people to watch, okay? So when you change your content strategy after watching this video and you try this out, watch your hook rate. It's really important. That's how long people are watching your video and they're stopping to scroll in the feed, okay? Because ideally what we want to do as marketers is entertain, educate, engage, and as a byproduct of that, sell, okay? So guys, I wanted to keep this one short, roughly around a 10-minute video. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna try to pump out more videos for you guys. I've been traveling, but I'm back now. So comment below what you want me to share or talk on, and I'll do my best to get to them. And as always, God bless you all, and I'll see you in the next video.